Welcome to Managing Discussions. I'm Maggie Gaddis, and that person in the background is Graham Gaddis, my trusty assistant. In this video, I'll show you around the course. If you have any questions about things you see here, just email me or post a question in the discussion forum, and we can go from there. So every time you open the class, there will be news to start. And the news, you'll just automatically read it because you'll see it every time you log in. This is where I will tell you important things, so please pay attention to the news. And it archives, so all the old news is still below the current news, which is at the top. So you'll access most of the course content through the content link, okay? You'll see that this course is organized in modules, and each module contains all of the work associated with it. And there are different kinds of files here. You might open a file and just read it, or it might link to a discussion or a quiz or a Dropbox where you could submit a written assignment. When you're in a current module and you're using a page frequently, it really helps if you bookmark it, and I'll show you that in just a second. So let me move my frame here if I can, so that you can see my tabs here. I think it's really helpful when you're in the class in D2L if you use Control Enter to open pages. So instead of replacing the page that you're looking at, if you press Control Enter, a new page will be loaded into your browser. And then you can just go right back to where you started. You could open all the pages for that module at once and close them once you've read them. Okay, so please review these documents in Module 1 to get started. And I'm sure you've probably already done this since you're all instructors and you're on top of your game. Let me show you how to do a bookmark here. This little tool is the bookmark. When you click it, the bookmark has now been added to the bookmark link in the table of contents, right here. So that is a great way to keep track of what you're doing currently, especially if you're juggling this course among other things. Okay, now let's look at the main navigation bar. You can also enter the discussions using this discussion link here. If you have questions, post them here. If you just want to chat, you can join us in the Cyber Cafe. And then notice you can enter the discussions here, and also they close. You can always read them, but they will close, so you can no longer post after the deadline. In the beginning of managing discussions, we move slowly to get everyone on board. For example, we're in one discussion right now, and it is open today through tomorrow. This is the building community discussion. And then on Friday, 2 discussions will open. So we'll pick up the pace, but they'll stay open through the weekend. If you don't want to work on the weekend, that is perfectly fine. And then next week, we will have 1 discussion open each day, carrying to the next day, when another one will open. So they'll overlap a little bit. And then we'll be done at the end of next week. The only Dropbox assignment here is your final paper, the synthesis and reflection. And this paper, to me, is really the culmination of your learning in this course. So you can definitely copy all of your discussion posts into a Word document, and you can use that as the primary data for writing this paper. And this is the document you're going to take with you and perhaps reference in the future if you have questions about discussions. So it is as much for you as it is for me. In assessments, we have a couple of quizzes, one ending on the 14th and one on the 21st. And these are very simple, just a reading check basically. And then notice I noted that I didn't disable the tools, so we could talk about what these tools are all about, although we're not using them in this course. So if you click on a link and there's nothing in there, Don't worry about it. I just put it there so you could ask the question, how do you use this? In communications, you have your email tool. Okay, you can also link to the discussions there, and then we won't be using these other links except to discuss them. Here's your class list if you want to network with each other or look for an email for me or anyone else. You can use this class list. And then if you have any technical problems, please visit the help desk. So I think that's it. A 5-minute tour of our classroom. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to meeting you throughout the next 2 weeks. Thanks.